Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, when you see some Congress women, or a Congresswoman who got no pedigree, you definitely will know them because sometimes I sit down and wonder how Marjorie Taylor Greene got into the Congress. Please do not get me wrong, but most of her reactions, the things she says, deserve people to ask her this kind of question like, who made you a congresswoman? And she actually came out to say some crazy racist rant saying that black and Hispanic men deal with drug and are controlled by gangs, right? And it looks like some people do not check their history or background before coming out to throw shades at people, because when we trace back from the real America, right, you definitely will find out the real people that got gangs and that do with drug, right? And for the fact that this man is still a congresswoman, like some people really do not have I mean like no, they're thinking it's not working really good. Because if this thing is working really good, why would a congresswoman descend so low to always use black people to rage bait? Because man, if this is not rage bait, I really do not. It's really absolutely someone being ignorant and doesn't know anything about her own history. Let's get into.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs. Being in gangs and dealing drugs is what holds them down. That's not a white person thing, but gangs control them. They tell the young men in their communities, don't go to school. Don't you no, don't you move out of this project. Don't you move out of this community. You join this gang. And that's where you belong. And Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs. Being in gangs and dealing drugs is what holds them down. That's not a white person thing, but gangs control them. They tell the young men in their communities, don't go to school. Don't you move out of this project. Don't you move out of this community. You join this gang. And that's where you belong.
Now, before I address this translucent, troglodytic, dung-eating snow kangaroo that calls herself Marjorie Taylor Greene, where are all you little boys masquerading as black men that are so upset with President Obama talking to you all in such a scolding manner because of your misogynoir? Where are you all at in the face of this snow raccoon talking disparately about black men in a manner that is not even true? You know what? Don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it. Now, speaking from personal experience, I've never had anybody in any street organization that I was part of or not a part of tell me not to get an education. As a matter of fact, it was just the opposite. And in 2022, the last time we have accurate stats, about 96.2% of black non-Hispanic females had attained at least a high school diploma in the United States, compared to 94.3% of black non-Hispanic males. That's awkward, but let's keep going. Let's look at some of the systemic barriers to why black men are underrepresented in the workforce. And understand, 60.5% of adult black men are employed in the workforce. Black men are often the first to lose their jobs when the economy slows down. In January of 2024, the unemployment rate for black workers increased to 5.3%. Black men earn less than white men, even when raised in similar households. In 2022, the median weekly earnings for black workers was $878, compared to $1,059 for all American U.S. workers in the same age group. Black men are overrepresented in certain occupations such as postal service clerks, transit bus drivers, nursing assistants, and security guards. They are underrepresented in science, engineering, and technology occupations. And let's pay special attention to this last barrier. Black workers face barriers in STEM fields, including an unwelcome environment and a lack of mentorship and representation. Just gonna speed past these systemic issues, right, and blame it on black gangs. You can't make this up, but black gangs, like you all referred to, the Black Panthers that sponsored free medical clinics in the community, the same Panthers that are responsible for the free lunch programs that have inspired the government to do it and also feel threatened by it. The same Black Panther Party for Self-Defense that inspired street organizations to this day, that created the Oakland Community School for young black people in Oakland, California, because the Panthers believed in liberatory power of education. Marjorie Taylor Greene, here's a word of advice. If you are so concerned about the gangs that are oppressing and holding down black men as well as other marginalized communities in this country, go talk to your grandpappy and your uncle/daddy about the organization they belong to. Run along. You're dismissed.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
First off, you have no room to talk. None whatsoever. Freaking ever. Two, white people belong in a gang too. They're controlled by gangs too. They are. I'm not going to say them because it's disrespectful, but you know which ones they are. And if you don't, you need to read up on your history. Way back in history. Yeah. Because if it wasn't for those gangs, our gangs wouldn't even exist. That color on your skin started the whole thing. Forget that. So we copied y'all. Both. I can speak for both because I am both. We created that because to protect us from y'all. So you started it. You reinvented it. You just made it better. Now, speaking for myself, I'm not in a gang. I don't do drugs. I may use them, but I don't deal them. So, sweetheart, get your facts straight before you start running your mouth. Because the next time, somebody might just clean off your face. Learn your history before you open your mouth.
Gangs. Being in gangs and dealing drugs is what holds them down.
Let's talk about, since you want to say black and Hispanic guys is only held down by gangs, let's talk about how white people started gangs. Let's talk about how white people are in control of some of the most corrupt police, for instance, government, for instance, gangs. So what you talking about here, sis? What you talking about? This is not a white thing. White people the ones behind all the destruction. You better do your history. You better do your research, lady. See, you don't even know what you talking about. You've been watching TV and freaking listening to these stupid ass stereotypes. White people invented gangs. White people were the first gangs. The gangsters and all of that come from white people. Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, the 1920 Prohibition, all of that stuff. Go watch Gangs in New York. Who was the fucking gangs in that movie? White Irishmen, Scottish, freaking people from England, Eastern Europe. Yeah, those was your first gangs. And black gangs got started because of protecting their neighborhood against white racist people coming through the black neighborhoods, hitting people with sticks and oppressing and being bigots and racist. So miss, it's definitely a white thing because y'all the ones who initiated and started and set the table. All the black folk did was come sit down at the table and eat the fucking poisonous food with y'all. That's what happened. Cause in the 30s, 20s, 40s, and 50s, even some of the 60s, up into the 70s. Yeah, that's the beginning of when black people first started getting into gangs, but black people focused on family more back then. We was too busy trying to survive, trying to find an honest living. That's when the family of the black people, that's when the black family really thrived and existed back then. So, lady, I don't know if you doing your research. I don't know where you getting your facts from. Matter of fact, I do know where you getting this from. You watching too many stereotypical, listening to too much bullshit. You ain't out here in the field. You ain't on the ground. You ain't boots on the ground. You don't even know what you talking about. Gangs are not a black and Latino thing. Gangs are an American thing. Gangs are born and bred right here in the United States by white people. White people are the first gangs. And now you still got legal gangs. Like I said, the police, the criminal justice system, these corporations in America, they are your gangs. Right, they just legally get away with committing crimes where people like us, normal citizens, get arrested and put in jail for. So cut it out. Your gangs wear blue with badges on. That's the biggest gang in America. And they kill with legitimate fucking causes and get away with it. That's because the government and the system back them, right? Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. So before you open your mouth and say anything, shut up, lady, because you don't know what you're talking about. For your non-freaking information, gangs come from y'all, white people. Remember that.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
Shut your ass up. Ain't no damn gangs where I live at. Ain't no gangs where I grew up at. How you know about gangs? You ain't even grow up in a crime-infested neighborhood. How you even know what black people go through? You are a YT delusional mental head case talking about lasers and quasars and all that shit and the earth is flat. So you can go sit your stupid, weird, upside down ass before we start calling you what you are. You blind, funny built bitch. Cause you don't got no good for America. Nothing. You ain't do shit since you been in office except cause chaos and toxic and sit there and grab Donald Trump's balls and put all the orange stuff around your neck, face, lips. You are the most disgusting and weirdest person I ever met. And you got a strong ass neck. Your back is strong. You are. That's why AOC and they be walking your ass through Congress. Because you illiterate. You have no American history skills. You don't even know how the branches of government work. And you in the government. You got told to read your goddamn book like at least twice during the last time. You're in the area that's going to elect you because they racist. You're a racist. But again, you don't know shit about being black. So won't you shut your ass all the way up, because nothing you say makes no fucking sense. There's no gangs. Gangs ain't telling. My son ain't worrying. My son's about to graduate and go to college. My other two sons are, one of my oldest sons graduated and went to college. We ain't got them problems. That's that made up delusional bullshit that you weird fucking Trumpers do. Damn zombie.
Them. They tell the young men in their communities, don't go to school.
Now, I know who that is. She's a politician. I'm into politics. But my question is, white people, why do y'all say and do stuff like this? Why do y'all get a platform and y'all get like political power and all this, and then you use it to like lie on black people. Why do y'all always got to lie on black people? Why you gotta make shit up? Where did she get that? That is completely not true. And I've been all over the United States dealing with my people and others. You know, I believe all people my people, but you know what I'm saying. I've been dealing with black people all over this country, indefinitely. I'm talking about from California to New York, north, south, east, west, everywhere. Damn, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, to Texas and Oklahoma and shit. Why do y'all keep fucking with black people, man? Why y'all keep fucking with us? When y'all gonna stop this shit? And I know it ain't all y'all, but it's like the ones that stand out, the ones with the money, the ones with the voice, the ones with the ability to fuck with us. And even some on the ground level, just call them to come fuck with us. It's like, why white people? Why does she gotta lie on us? Why representative? Why you gotta lie on us like that? Why you gotta lie on black people like that, man? Why you gotta? Then there's so many white people out there that will believe that shit, and others who will believe the shit. Why you gotta lie on the Hispanic man like that, the Mexican man, or other Hispanic groups too, the Nicaraguan man, the Costa Rican, you know, the Puerto Rican. Why you gotta lie on them like that? Why do our leaders gotta be so damn evil and hate us like that? She just got some black people in real deep trouble with that. She got a voice. So somewhere, if she say that stuff, it's some white people that's affected by that. And that's gonna affect somebody black or Hispanic one day. Because they gonna really take that serious. They might get on the jury or something, or find somebody guilty. They shouldn't find somebody guilty of anything. Or just have a negative view about somebody just because. It's fucked up, man. That's some stupid shit. Dumb as fuck. That made me want to just slap the shit out of somebody.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
Okay, my thing is with you, Marjorie Taylor, first and foremost, you got to ask yourself how the gangs had started in this country. And if you paddle back through the years, it was not only minorities that was participating in gangs. Gangs was a stereotype saying that in the urban area, because people did not work, and then drugs started coming in and all kind of stuff, that affiliated and started gangs, and because of the immigration crisis and everything. So you guys are ready to want to, point fingers at the small people. But it's the bigger people that's encouraging all of this. Let's, for example, we could say United States is the #1 gang when it comes to guns. How many shootings have been gone across the country? United States is known for mass shootings. And it's done with gang affiliation. Okay? When you look at some of the people that come there and start doing mass shootings, look at the type of guns that they're using. Rifles. They're using military guns. K9, AK-47, all of those lethal guns. And you say to yourself, where did those guns come from? And some of them didn't come from gun shops. It's either somebody that know that is through the United States government, or they have some kind of connection. Wait a minute now. When you do your research of the drugs that was coming into this country, it all started from the CIA, from the military network, and even from the executive branch to the legislative branch and to the judicial branch. Okay? And I'm not talking about crack. I'm talking about fentanyl. I'm talking about smack. I'm talking about oxycodone and all kind of stuff. When you look at these pharmaceuticals, they're the big pushers. Okay? These high corporations bringing all these type of assortments of drugs. You go to those port and those harbors, stuff are smuggling every single day, and you in the legislative branch is aware of it. Okay? So before you come on this app and make racial stereotypes and say black people are, You look around in Congress and you look at all your colleagues and people that you're affiliated with. Okay, that's blue eye and blonde, just like you. Okay? And you say to yourself, how you, like, let's question you, for example. You boast and brag on the Tonight Show that you had over millions of dollars in a business and you have it in your child's name. That's something that the Fed should need to take a look at. How many foreign perks and persuasions that you got, and even all your colleagues, when you fly over the seas and you're having foreign international meetings and it's nothing to do with United States or government related, okay? The biggest gang is you guys, okay? You guys take our money, and instead of investing it, and instead of you trying to help the citizens, because remember, your state had a hurricane. You coming on there and you pressing about how black people and Mexicans and so is gang related. You guys are the biggest pushers. You know, recently you guys had a hurricane. You had Hurricane Helen, you had Hurricane Mitchell. And 9 times of the time people thinking that you guys are playing with the planet. You know, because you got Black Rock, Black Stone. I could say that you guys are the biggest gang leaders. You have Vanguard. You have all these major corporations that deal with climate control, that deals with mortgage and all kind of stuff. You got Chase Bank. You got the whole kahunas. And y'all are just the big time kingpins. Okay? Bringing all kinds of stuff. Investing into the ARA, which is the gun association program. All kinds of stuff. Okay, you guys are feeding in those communities with the drugs and all of that stuff because you want to move out some of the people out of the area so that you could put more people in there to make it productive. Let me tell you how big you guys as the gang is. And here in New York, they're telling the migrants that they could give them $4,000 if they can move out of the shelter. And my thing is, where they're gonna go? New York is already crowded as it is. So where is that money coming from? Because if we're supposed to be in inflation and we're in debt, how come money is circling around all the time? Oh, let's talk about the washing money, because we know you guys are washing money in the United States of America. And TikTok, don't ban me, because, you know, free speech. I'm going to say allege, because money is circulating all over the place. So you guys are the big gang leaders. Okay, you guys are the big pushers. Okay, Ronald Reagan administration was bringing crack in the black neighborhood, and then you have Bush helping them, and then later on he started turning around and making jails, and then Clinton was telling that if you're 16 years old, you commit a crime, you go to adult population. You can look at the prison cells, how it's overpopulated, and sometimes it's people that's not innocent. I mean, it's people that's innocent because they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Look how many people that's in jails and didn't do the crime and DNA didn't match and they end up being executed. So you guys are the big time gang people. You guys turn around and put fear in people just to go and vote. I'm surprised you don't even bring a whole mob and start attacking people, because that's what you guys want to do. The biggest mob is the person that's standing there running for president, telling people that he wants to have purge. We heard what he said, but guess what? They don't censor his app. They allow him to speak whatever he want to say. The biggest gang is you white people. Okay, the blonde hair, blue eyes. Look how many black people have been lynched. Black men been lynched. And it's known as cold case, and it's known as unsolved mystery. The biggest mob is the police department. How you guys turn around and just shoot people and don't ask questions later, and then get out a free jail card. So that's where the biggest gang is. So don't start coming over here. I don't know how long this video was. It could be an old video, because we haven't heard from you from God knows what. They probably blocked you and probably suspended your account. But all I need to let you know is, you look around in that White House, in that Oval Office, or wherever you guys go sit there and make your bills and laws, you know, to please the people that you having foreign deals with. You know, you guys are the gang leaders. You go into other countries, getting their persuasion and selling out your country, selling out your profits, selling out your natural resources. And then we keep on paying bills, having more bills than money. So you guys are the biggest gang people. You guys are the blockbusters. You guys are the pocket watchers. You the ones that doing extortion, stealing and dealing, and ducking and diving anytime when you get in trouble. So don't you dare talk about the black community or the minority community. You know, all who don't live in a glass house should not be throwing stone. So I suggest you put that stone down.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
So let me get this shit right. You saying that blacks and Hispanics, like, only be in gangs, that's why they can't move up in life? That's what you saying? Hold on. Allow me to break this shit down. The Peckerwoods. The Peckerwoods was just indicted not too long ago, what, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago? The Peckerwoods, it was a white gang. I guess they was in the projects in the hood. That's why they never couldn't go nowhere, because they were selling drugs, dealing with guns, all type of shit. You heard that? Let's not forget about Unforgiven. That's a gang that arrived in prison with white boys. And they also deal in drugs, prostitution, all type of shit. And don't forget about No Mercy. You know the ones with the hammer of Thor? You know them? White gang. See, you got to get your information right before you even come at anybody with your little dumb ass. For real. He did.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to come get this work. Before there was a black or Hispanic gang, there was a gang called the KKK that's still in effect today. And these gangs you're talking about, these black and Hispanic gangs, those are not gangs, those are called cliques. Cliques. See, a gang is a well-organized machine. It actually has heads. Yes, it has leaders. Right. So cliques, they ain't got no leaders. But your well-organized machine is your KKK. And they've been around for years now. Anybody else want to stitch this? Because I'm pretty sure y'all know more than I know.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
Shut the fuck up. It's always immigrant. It's always black. It's always gang. We tired of y'all. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. I literally want to know, like, what did we do? It's always us. It's always black. It's always immigrant. It's always this. Like, we take the whole bad name. Y'all don't do shit. Because last time I checked, white people be killing each other for life insurance. Let's talk about that. Life insurance, baby. Leave us alone, lady. Leave us alone. Go away. Go away and leave us alone. We ain't got nothing to do.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
I'm gonna flame your ass. No, this wench didn't. No, this wench did. Back on you, you bleach bomb, bad bill, butch body, you Cruella DeVille looking, you damn sleeping with a street fighter from Tekken from damn, you motherfucker. I'm back on you. So you're not going to blame all the historical, basically systematic racism that have been happening for, I don't know, 450 years, and that's including slavery. You're just gonna glance over that. Back on you. And the only reason that basic gangs even exist, because you took down your party, Ronald Reagan took down the party called the Black Panther Party, which also had an affiliate called the damn Brown Berets. And guess what? After they faction, then you flooded our neighborhoods with crack. But you're gonna blame
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs.
Black and Hispanic men, this is your mega party. This is what they think about y'all. That is all.
So this is all I got from this video. Really. It's really amazing how Marjorie Taylor Greene will wake up from nowhere and choose to embarrass herself. Not just embarrassing herself, at the same time, like opening her thoughts. Because who doesn't know Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean, if we talk about gang, Marjorie Taylor Greene is number one. Then we'll talk about drugs. She is absolutely on something as we speak. Because if not, why would somebody? I mean, somebody that she says she knows the history, and also she is a Congress member, right? So why would she come up and expose herself? Because everything she just talked about is what Marjorie Taylor Greene stands for. But then she decided to use black people because black people, when you talk about black people, you definitely will be able to, rage bait and all that. And then she decided to add Hispanics. What did Hispanics do to you? What did black people do to you? And it's really amazing how migrants are usually the problem. According to them, you all are the problem, forgetting that they started everything. Like, where am I going to start from and where am I going to stop? To prove to you that they started all of it, right? Is it from a slave patrol? It's also part of it, because this was how they started forming it from one to another, till the triple K also happened and the rest of it. Is she not a Congress member? Is that also not part of the gang? Let me start with that. And also she is a what? Republican, right? Is that also not a one? Man, some people are really just and Marjorie Taylor Greene is not exempted. I mean, she wakes up at every point in time. It is always black people. During the time black people were trying to protect or speak up for what's going on in Palestine and all, she absolutely came out to say that black people are about to start something that got to do with Black Lives Matters, and this is how we started. They are going to start stealing and looting and all that. She is always in black people's issue. And I really do not know why she is like this, but then probably she has not taken her medicine and there is need for her to take one, because most times she acts like someone that is under influence of something. Because why would a full-grown woman come out every day to disgrace herself? Always looking for somebody to blame. They are never, they don't also hold themselves accountable for most of the things they have done or they do and all that. There must be someone they pin it on. If they don't pin it on black people, they look for other marginalized or minority groups to pin it on them. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you can do better. And if you are off your medicine or something, try as much as you can to rest, because probably you are stressed out as usual. And the only people you put your stress on are black people. But we really do not care whether you are stressed out or not, because I don't know what is stressing you. I really do not know. And enough of looking for a way, because so far, if you take me back, or take everybody back, let's start from the day one and all that to this very moment, we definitely will know the people that started the gang. And she talks about drugs and all that. Like, what is she talking about? Like Black Pearl said, she wasn't even talking about cracks, crack epidemic and all that. We are talking about no, right? And she want to tell me that they just flew into the country, and the CIA and the rest of them, how all that started. How did he come into the country? And some of the people, most of them carry are not just things you say anyhow. I have so many questions to ask, but then who, you are not even here to answer them. And I really wish, you get to see some of the comments black people are going to leave for you, because, you all cannot be looking for a way to rage bait with black people every day and think it's cool. It is not cool. And we do not find this funny. If you are looking for views and all that. I mean, you something else. But enough of all these black people this, black people that, because we all know the people that control the gang and some other things you talked about. I mean, that's all I got. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.